Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakam Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to your hopeful Lekdakim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is Brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, coming at you with a testimony of what happened to me last night and how the Lord delivered me through I'm an inconvenience, but, in the sense of the grand scheme of things. But, the way it worked out, it was kind of crazy. And it was having to do with my car breaking down. So, and the way that the Lord delivered me out of it. So what happened was I needed to go around and take care of a few things before it got too late. And I had went to Lowe's, which is a hardware store. Had gotten a few things I needed to do a car repair. And I had heard it grinding when I started my car, not really thinking anything of it. And I knew in the back of my head, my starter was needing to get changed. I have a truck that's a little older, requires maintenance. And so it's been on my mind to do for a little while. And so I wasn't really thinking anything of it because I haven't had any problems with it so far. And so I decided to take one more extra stop to go look at some high vis for their high vis colors, which is like a neon green or orange, at this farm supply store in my town. And so I drove there, went in, got what I needed, came out, and my truck would not turn over. It just heard a click, just a single click, nothing. My truck wasn't turning over. I was like, oh, damn, today might have been the day. And so as that had happened, there was a Issachar couple that had was just walking into the store when they heard me try to turn my truck on, and immediately had asked, I'm talking immediately, hey, man, do you need any jumper cables and a jump? I said, honestly, man, I think my battery's good, but it wouldn't hurt to try to make sure that it is what the problem that I think it is. So he got his trunk immediately. I actually had jumper cables with me. I always keep some with me. Boom, it got charged instantly. It was not the problem though. My truck was still not turning over. So I said, man, I think it's the starter. So I said, thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it. Have a good day. And at that moment, the thing was me going to that specific store. There was actually a car parts store, O'Reilly Auto Parts, right next door. And so I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to call and see if they have a starter. So I called and they had one more in stock that I was able to go walk next door, buy the starter, go back to my truck. And then I was like, okay, well, I know it's the starter. There's a problem. And I have a manual truck. And if you know a couple of things about cars, you know that you can do a rolling start is what it's called, to be able to turn your truck on again. So I, and before all this started going down, when I first heard my car click over, I did send up a prayer. I said, Babu Shaya, just allow me to get home. I remember that's what I was asking. I just, please allow me to get home safe. And so I went after getting the starter to start my car, click, nothing. Didn't turn over. So obviously it's a starter. And again, the second time, I'm talking within a minute or two, maybe, somebody else, and it was an Edomite that came up in a big old lifted truck. They said, hey, man, you need to jump. You need to jump. And I said, no, man, I actually had somebody try jumping me. I have the starter with me, but my starter's blown out. I'm just trying to get home. But I was wondering if maybe you could allow me to hook a tow strap to your hitch and you could pull me so I could do a rolling start, because I also carry a 20-foot tow strap in my truck. I like to carry things for emergencies, and I just so happened to have it with me that day. I always keep a certain, just in case kit in my truck. So call Bashmi Shai, the man agreed, and he allowed me to hook up to his trailer, pull me out, and I was able to start it because it was the starter, so I was able to drop the clutch in first gear as it was rolling about 5 to 10 miles an hour. About 5 miles an hour. You don't got to go that fast. And my truck turned on, and I was able to drive home and get to my garage where I was able to do the repair. And, my truck turns on just fine now. But the point being that if I would not have decided to go to that one stop, or if I decided to go anywhere else, I would not have been able to get the part, and been able to get home, even though it was such a inconvenience for your car to break down in a parking lot. And mind you, this day was about 100 degrees. So it was hot, and I don't blame anybody if they didn't want to stop and help. But, people were there within minutes. The Lord had sent me even heathens. Sent me Issacharites first. I sent him with a blessing. And even the heathen that came and helped me, I said, hey, man, thank you. I really appreciate it. Because he could tell he was almost even hesitant to help, just because he was kind of in a rush and he wasn't for sure about the rolling start. I don't know if he knew about it or not. But my truck is manual, so, either way, called Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahshai was able to deliver me out of that situation and have me, in my spirit, decide to go to that spot, because I could have gone anywhere else, and I would literally not have been right next door within walking distance to the car part store where I would be able to do the repair and have my car up and running by the end of the night, because it was about a 2.5 hour install when I got to my garage and to do with my tools and everything, pulled up YouTube and saw how to, change out the starter in my Tacoma. So, either way, call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. And I just want to say that as my testimony for this week, that Lord delivered me. This is Psalms 34:4. I sought the Lord Yahweh, and he heard me and delivered me from all my fears. Because the Most High is ultimately going to deliver his elect through the ultimate fear of Jacob's trouble. And, this is just another faith builder, faith booster, and the angels that are watching us too. The Lord is taking care of us, man. And, as Yahweh to see, everything work out how it is, and, through the Spirit, and seeing everything through a spiritual point of view of how the Lord takes care of his own. Verse 5, they looked unto him and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. And the Lord definitely, had my faith on 10, and I was just so appreciative that he had everything, because he did not just leave me assed out, having called tow truck, have no one to call. The Lord got me home really quick with the part in hand, so it's like, go Allah Yahweh, it's very appreciative, when you see, and it's the Lord dealing, man. Verse 6, this poor man cried, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles, whether they be small, medium, or big troubles. The Lord is going to take care of his own, that's for sure. And like the scriptures say, what man, righteous man crieth out, and, the Lord did not hear him. Roughly paraphrasing, you may go get it. Verse 7, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. It's because our angels, our big bros, watching out for us as well, all around us. 8, O taste and see that the Lord Yahweh is good. Blessed is the man that trusteth in him. And it was and it was so yapa, because as everything was going down, I knew I didn't really have to call anybody else, because my faith was that, hey, I'm going to be able to take care of this, with me and the Lord. The Lord and is going to make sure that I can do this myself, and I don't got to bother anybody else, call a tow truck, or do anything crazy. And that's how everything went down. So I feel blessed, to be able to have seen everything the way it happened, and everything in my spirit to want to decide to go to that one extra store to, and I didn't really even need to. I got, high-vis shirts. I just wanted one of the ones that are like dry fit, so it's not so hot when I'm outside. And they sell them at this one farmer supply store, so I had to go there. That has just so happened to be next to a car store, parts store, O'Reilly Auto Parts. So call Allah Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. I hope this, helps you brothers, to make sure, keep your prayers up before you leave, and, everything happens because the Lord's looking out for us, man, and have that faith, because ultimately we're all going to be faced with that test when that charagma comes. So Lord willing that this lesson was edifying and a faith booster to those other brothers. And I'd like to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone, Peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word, truth, and sincerity. Till next time, Lord willing, Shalom.